Hello everyone, welcome to my video number 3, best way to play craps when you're not shooter. This is the Bone Crusher. Today we're gonna start learning some rules, basic ones. We don't have as much time in 30 minutes to learn the entire method, but I will do my best, and hopefully you enjoyed this video as well. As you know, we do have dice roller here. Is random org. We're gonna use the same one. I hope you check it yourself to understand a little better what is this. Of course, we're gonna keep track on my sheet the rolls, and as you probably see over here, I'm trying to copy my recording sheet to show you what needs to be done, what we need to look and pay attention. And we're gonna actually play as we did last time. I would like to introduce from the very beginning, and guys, I apologize, I'm talking too much, you might not like that, but it's like you go in a class at school and the teacher is talking more than 45% from the time. But you will learn something, definitely, and I hope you get some and you probably start using. Maybe at home, get familiar with the rules, and if you're really excited to go to a casino and practice live, please don't go to the table. Just try with a small bet on a crap, bubble crap, which is probably a copy of what we do here, and if you're successful, just let me know. But I will not recommend to go to the table thinking you know everything. So because this method is very large, contain a lot of information, and has to be applied in a very short amount of time. But let's get started. The first thing, most important thing from the method is the protocol. What is that protocol? So will be a set of questions you have to ask yourself every time when you record a roll, because this will help you to understand if you have to place a bet or you have to wait, or what kind of bet you would like to apply. The very first rule, and guys, I hope you're gonna write it down, because we have so many informations, I might not be able to repeat, but you can go back in the video and figure it out later. Well, the first question you have to ask when the new roll shows up, if is a red number or long disappeared number. First rule doesn't tell you as much, but I will explain to you later why we have to ask that question and what those means. Red number and long disappeared number. They're very important. Number 2, the second question is 1 or 2 7 in the last 12 rolls. If this is yes, we have to go to the third question, and the third question is less than 9 roll without 7. Those are very important, after the first one, because if the answer is no, we go all the way back to the 10 questions. So every time you have to ask 10 questions, but you have to do it fast because there's not as much time, to think. Um, but I will continue with a good question. Number 4, it's angle number. This is a powerful bet, but also I will not explain to you now because it's a lot of information and you have to learn that a little bit later. The 5th question is, it is a green number. Okay, and the 6th question is, if is a recent green number. Now, the 7th question is, it is a changing green number. The 8th question is, lost red number, or let's put it this way, lost disappearing number, and sister number. And of course the 10, if answer it's no on all those questions, do not place the bet. You can place a bet, but you can place a lay bet. And we will learn that a little bit later about those rules and how you apply those rules. Of course, you're gonna ask, well, what this guy is talking about, because he just come up with the protocol, and doesn't make sense, and we will see how the place bet will be selected. Number one is number one choice is 2 or more angles. So the angle play is included in the protocol. This is a powerful bet. As I said, we're not gonna learn this now. The second choice is a green number, or the third choice is a recent green number. The fourth choice is changing the green number. The fifth choice is returning a disappear number. And the sixth is the sister number. All of them, they're very powerful bets, but it needs to be applied correctly. And I'm going to point to you when those numbers are qualified, as I mentioned. Again, I apologize for my bird. It's sitting here, and she likes to talk. Anyway, let's get started and see how it's going. Okay, so remember from the first video, we have to record 24 rolls in order to place a bet, but if we find a good condition after the 18, we'll place the bet. Also, if you looked here, this is try to be a copy of my recording sheet. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Those will be used, and this one is a place where we're gonna write it down, the red numbers. As also, I don't know if it's visible, so each 4 are marked because we have to look into those numbers and make sure in the short amount of time we can figure out, how many rolls we had before, because we have to do it. You will get used to it, and especially when you have a sheet like this, so it's gonna be easy. But I'm trying to demonstrate, and be more visible. So I'm gonna write down on my sheet, and of course I'm gonna write down over there. So let's get started, okay? So it's gonna take a lot of time, goes over there. I'm going over there, and I'm gonna write it over here. But I hope we can complete the session as normal winners. Another detail, guys. Well, this method, it's kind of slow one, but it's a safe one. You're not gonna get broke. You might break down even, but you're not gonna get broke because the method itself will tell you when you should go away because you're not doing good. So as long as you follow the rules, you'll be okay. All right, so let's get started. The first number is 6. And let's considering this as the first point, okay? I'm gonna put the puck here and I'm gonna go over here and write it down, 6, okay? And also I'm gonna put an arrow here to mark the point. We will continue. Well, the second number is 7. So this number will disappear here, goes back, and I'm going to write down, with this time with red, 7. And now the 6 will become a red number. So we'll put it over here because this number we have to watch. Okay, let's go ahead. So we got a 7. This is a natural 7 and will not make any changes in our recording sheet. And we'll continue. As you probably remember from last time, we're not placing any pass line or don't pass line because you know somebody else will roll the dice. So another 7. Okay, and we have a first rule we need to apply, and that will say when you have this situation 3, 7 on the row, and let's presuming the next number will be any number available and good to qualify for a bet, you have to wait the same amount of 7 until you place the bet. So in other words, you have to wait after the point established 3 more rolls in order to place a bet. So let's go ahead, ask for more rolls. So the number is 8 and this will become the new point. However, we don't have 24 rolls, so this will not affect us too much. Oops. I'm sorry, it's kind of crooked. Let me correct it. Alright, we keep going. Okay, it's gonna take me a lot of time, but I would like to do it right. The next one, it's 10. And I'm writing it here. And we'll continue. 8. So this shouldn't make his point. Well, that's great. So I'm going to put an 8 here, and I'm going to put the arrow up. So we will know this shouldn't make his point. Let's go ahead. Hopefully we'll do a little bit faster. So this is a natural 7. And because was preceded by 8, so 8 will become also a red number. We have to watch this number, of course. Okay, let's go ahead. The new number is 6, and 6 is the new point. Let's go ahead. The next number is 9. Okay? Nothing happened, nothing special until now. There is no rule to apply since we don't have the rolls. We need 10 hard, so we're gonna mark 10 hard. I'm gonna put 10 and H to mark the 10 hard, and we have another 10 hard. Oh, great! And we complete the very first 12 rolls. As you're looking here, so we have 3 10, 2 6, 1 8, and 1 9. So think about it. What it's missing? It's missing a 4, it's missing a 5, and no craps. Okay, well, we have to watch this because that might become a very important information later. So we ask for new rolls. 9. I'm going to write it down, 9. I'm trying to be fast, guys. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff to do. And this is the first crap number. Yo, 11. Now we have another rule we need to apply and make sure we will follow, especially on yo. When you have place bet in action and yo shows up, you have to call the bets off for one roll. Do it, guys, because you're gonna save a lot. You have also to understand this method. The very first goal is to minimize the losses. So as long as you not lose much, you can gain something. But if you lose the bets very often, so you're going to waste your time, you're going to waste your money, and you'll become a donor to the casino. Casino likes to have those type of customers. Anyway, let's continue. So again, remember, when you see a yo, call the bets off for one roll. This time it didn't happen, but it's okay. And we'll continue. 4. This is the first time that 4 shows up. So we just show up on the table. We have first 16 rolls. So now you understand why those lines are black, because it's going to help you to count 12 and 4, 16. All right, and we'll go ahead. 2, crap of 2. We'll go ahead. And 5. So 5 shows up finally after 18 rolls, right? So 1, 2, 3, 12, 4, 16, 18. So you have to learn to count fast because you don't have as much time on the table. Usually, you know the game, it's rolling pretty fast, so you have to be fast, like a figure. Okay, nothing happened, so this is the first 18 rolls. I don't see any particularly, situation here, but it's a long roll. So this shooter has 6, 10, 12 rolls already, and if we apply, the protocol, we'll find out if the answer is yes or no. So, the roll shows up is not a red number. Well, that's good. But it's look like it's a disappeared number returning because, we didn't have 5. Okay, we can consider that, but also we don't know, when we show up on the table, maybe, the 5 was over here 2 rolls. So what that means, it's not a disappearing number. And we'll jump to the second question. So we have 1 or 2 7 in the last 12 rolls. So we got 6 and we have 6. We have just 1. Well, that's good. So now the third question is less than 9 rolls, we don't 7. So we do 6, 7, 8, 9, and we don't have 7, which is good. Well, the fourth question is angle play. It's not qualified here. I will explain to you a little bit later about the angle play. Is a red number? No, I already asked that. It's a green number. As you probably look at here, the only number is repeating is 10 and 9. Those are considering green numbers because it's repeating and it's not a red number. So if you thinking I would like to place a bet, those are qualifying numbers to place that bet. And we don't have a recent green line, green number, because we have just 5 and 4, which we didn't have before, so we don't have that. And there is no changing in a green light, green number. I'm sorry. I don't have a sister number, and I don't have a long disappear number because we didn't mark that, it's too early. But here there is this another rule. I didn't mention that to you. Well, you're going to be tempted to say, oh, okay, well, we'll be able, to place a bet for 10 and 9 because those are green numbers. But there is a rule. I didn't mention that yet, but you have to pay attention to this rule. So when the point is whatever the number except the 10 and 4, you have to lay the point. So what that means is the shooter has tendency to not make his point. So you have 1 10, you have the second 10, you have the third 10, and you have the 4. So the rule can be applied this time. And if you remember the last video number 2, always I was getting the first bet I was made it was a lay bet. I think this situation it's qualified for the lay bet. You have 3 10s and 1 4. Which I believe, that's a good time, to do that. So I will do that. So definitely I will do that to show you what's going on. Remember, random ORG, it's completely random. I don't know what the next roll might be. So actually it's copied the condition of the table. I forgot to mention, this time we're not gonna work with a $120 unit. Because you probably you'll say, hey, I don't have as much money, so I will try, for a small, unit. You can do $10, $12 unit, but I will do $60 unit. And the first rule when you go to casino, you have to have 10 times your unit. So I put $60 unit, so I have $600 as a bankroll. Okay, so as I said, the very first one I'm gonna make a lay bet for one unit. Also, you have to know how this will be paid because you need to learn how much you pay. Typically, when you lay, it's not typically. That's the rule. So you lay 60 to get 50. So 9 and 5 will change. If you lay 3, you'll get 2 if you win. And 10 and 4, you know, lay 2 for 1. So this time, the 6 is, you know, it's going to be 6 to 5. Also, if you look here, you know, this shooter makes already 10 rolls. We didn't have a bet in action. If nothing, it will show up. I will keep it for 2 more rolls, and then I'm gonna move my bet from lay bet to 4 or 10 because I want to make sure I will win that bet. It's very possible if it's not showing up 7 in the next 2 rolls, the shooter might make his point. So you have to move the bet, you know, into the 4 or 10 if you're not getting anything in the, you know, 12 rolls. So let's go ahead. We have $60 on the table, and let's see what's happened. And lucky us, right? We have a 7. That's great, right? So we make 50 bucks, and we write it down 5 as a red number, and of course 6 is no longer a point. I'm gonna take the money down anyway. Every time you have to take the bet down, excuse me, and I'm gonna pay myself $50, okay? I'm not gonna count the money because I'm gonna write down on my sheet how much we make. Remember, we're looking for 25-30% from our bankroll. So 30%, you know, from $600 will be, you know, 180, maybe 200. Okay, so let's write this down, and we'll see what's happened. Okay, so we made $50. So let's continue because it's important, you know, to complete this session, you know, and I will give you all the information necessary. So 5 is a red number along with 6. Okay, very good. So we have the very first bet, we win. So we continue. So the new number is 10. All right, I'm gonna put the puck on the 10, and I'm gonna write down the new point. All right. Okay. Now, if we make the protocol, you know, it definitely would be a yes. So it's not a red number. It's not returning a red number. We have 2. You see, always up. It's 12 rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 rolls. So you have to count that. You have to learn to count that. So we have 12 rolls with 2 sevens. Less than 9 rolls. We don't 7. So actually, you know, we have a 7 right here. And rest, you know, everything should be yes, yes, yes. So we are ready to place a bet. So the table is qualified to place a bet. But let's take a look here. So we have a 10. We have 10 over here. We have 2 other 10s in here. Typically, when the number roll 5 times, and for the 10 and you know, 4 is in 30 rolls, that will become a preferred green number, which will be used all the time when we place a bet, until he's gonna lose that that qualification. So right now 10 is the point and 10 is a green number, so I will be tempted to place a bet. and 10. Also, we have 9, but usually, you know, when we considering another green number should be in the last 6. So in the last 6, we don't have anything. In the 10, it's 10. So the only bet I see now is 10, and I will place a bet on the 10 is the point for $50. Actually, we will buy, you know, for $50, and we're gonna pay the VIG. Typically, casino is gonna ask you, you know, to pay the VIG up front. I'm gonna put $2 on top, so we know what's the VIG, and let's go ahead. So we'll be losing a lot of time, but this should be the explanation. Okay, so 7 shows up, and we lost our bet. So it's happened. You don't have to get upset, because this is the game, okay? But now 10 will become a red number. All right, so as last time, I'm gonna put the money we lost here, okay? And if we win another bet, I will get paid from there, and if it's not enough money, I will pay from the bank. So right now we have 6, 8, 5, and 10. Those are the red numbers. We have to pay attention to those numbers, because, you know, we have to call our bets off, or we're not placing a bet if those numbers will show up. So let's go ahead. So 12. Okay, we have another rule here. When the 12 showing up, we have to call our bets off for 2 rolls. It's 80% chance in the next 2 rolls a 7 will show up. Sometime I'm doing this, I will not recommend, but you know, just in case to check the rule, as I said, 80%. I will make a $5 bet on any 7 for next roll to see what's happened. So let's go ahead. So the next one, it's 5, and 5 will become our point. All right. So we lost all 7, and of course, you know, I'm gonna place another $5, you know, on any 7 and wait for. Let me write it down. The 5 is the new point. Pay attention here. So it's a red number, so we have to be very careful. And let's ask for the new roll. So another 12. All right. Well, the same rule is applied. So we lost this. You know, I'm gonna place another $5 on all 7. I'm gonna write down 12. But if this shooter will survive on the next 2 rolls, definitely will be a good opportunity for us, you know, to place a bet on the point, because probably know is gonna do is gonna make his point. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. So 6 is the next number, and of course, you know, we lost our bet on any 7, and I'm gonna write it down 6. And of course, 6 is a red number. So what that means is the 6 has preceded, you know, by the 7. So typically, you know, we call the bet off, or we take advantage on this follow bet. And I think according with my method, you know, could be a 7 for sure. So 12 precedes the 6, and 6 is the first number after the 12. So we still got another number, and this time I'm gonna place $10 on the any 7, and I'm gonna ask for a roll. So 5 is the number. We lost $10 here, and the shooter made his point. So remember, as I mentioned, if it will survive, so the first 12 was the point, and another 12. So this rule will apply, disregarded the first 12. So it's going to be 1 and 2. So he makes his point. So half of the rule was right. Well, we didn't win our any 7, but it is what it is. So now we have to mark the 5 in this way. So the first time has been rolled, not followed by the 7. We're going to make a line. The second time it's rolled here, but we're gonna wait to see what kind of number will show up. And we ask for another roll, and the new point is 5. We're gonna move this to 5, and I'm gonna write down again 5 here, and I'm gonna make another line over here. When you see this situation, the point is 5, and it's a red number with 2 lines, the chances to get a 7 right after this is 80%. It's not set on granite, but you know, that's the rule, and we have to pay attention. So I don't recommend to play as I played, you know, any 7. Because, you know, you might losing your bankroll, and you know, you're still not quite sure if the method is working. But I will wait for a roll before I will place the bet in this situation. So I'm not gonna make any 7 from now on. So I'm gonna be conservative since we have some losses until we will see how the table is gonna turn. So I'm gonna ask for a new roll. And the new roll is 6. So we survived. And now, because you know the 6 is preceded by 5, we're gonna cross the 5. So 5 is no longer a red number. It's no longer a red number. But let's take a look according with our protocol. So this has been rolled recently, right? Oh, by the way, you see, I forgot to mark the 6 here. I apologize. I might forget, you know, to do it right, and nobody is here, you know, to point it to me. So now 6 has just rolled and is a red number with 1 line. The chances, you know, to get a 7 on the next roll is very slim, probably 20-30%. So in this situation, I will disregard everything and I will go with the protocol, and I'm going to ask, we have green numbers here. Well, 10 is a green number, has been rolled 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and in the last 31 rolls. So it's still a green number. But also the 5 has been rolled 4 times already in the last 10 rolls. So that one could be considered as a bet. Also, pay attention, 6 has rolled twice recently. If you ask me what kind of bet I'm gonna place, you're gonna see it right now. I might disregard the 10, and I will be tempted, you know, to place 6 and 5. And we're gonna play like this. We're gonna place the 6 for $60 and 5 for $50. And we will see what's happened. We will ask for the roll. So I didn't choose very well, so the 10 shows up, which is good because it's confirming, you know, what I was trying to explain to you. So 10 was a green number, and I disregard the sign of the green number. You see what's happened? You know, when you are in doubt about what kind of number will show up, which I did now, the number will show up, and you get started, okay? Well, now it's late, you know, to move one of our bet, you know, from 6 or 5, you know, to move on 10, but doesn't mean, you know, it's not possible. Remember, this is a random roll, so everything is possible here, but I'm not going to do it since, you know, I already made that mistake, so we will continue rolling. And exactly what I was trying to explain to you. So the second time I was in doubt, I said, well, 10 would not show up, but he showed up. So the second time I was in doubt about the rule, I didn't apply it. I knew I'm not going to apply it, and there is a proof. So we didn't move. We will continue. But 6 shows up, okay? So this is good for us because we can, you know, recover some money. 6. All right. And 6 should have another red line over here, right? Because, you know, this is, you know, the second time. This is the first time and the second time, so we have 2 lines, right? So we have to be very careful now because the chances to get a 7 is very high, it's 80%. But, you know, let me get paid. So we're gonna pay $70, right? And I'm gonna take the bets down. It's very important, you know. According with the method, you know, you're not allowed to keep the bets on more than 1 win per roll. But, you know, if the table is, your condition are different, so you can probably, you know, do that, you know, and maybe you can make some money. So you make $70. And we lost 50 plus 27. So we have $50 ahead. So now look at to the board. So 10, it's definitely confirmed as a green number. 6, you know, is a red number, but it has rolled 3 times already here. Cannot be, you know, considering, you know, a solid green number because it has to be rolled 5 times and in the 18 rolls. For 6 and 8, you know, it's 18 rolls. For 4 and 10, it's 30 rolls, and for the 5 and 9, it's 24 rolls. So, but we're watching this because, you know, it's a red number with 2 lines. We don't have any bets on the table, and 6 again, which is great because I think 6 will become very easily a green number. And right now 6 has been preceded by 6, is no longer a red number. Alright, okay, well, now it's a very interesting situation, but if you apply the protocol correctly, you know, definitely, you know, it's not a red number, so and it's not a disappear number, so the very first question, you know, it's yes. So, but the second question, you know, it's very important. we do have 1 or 2 7 in the last 12 rolls. Look, 12 rolls will be right here. And we have just 1. So you'd be tempted to say, oh, okay, well, we got 1. And that's okay. So that means, the table is qualified. If the answer is yes, we go to the third, question. It says less than 9 rolls, we don't 7. Well, we do not have 7 in the last 9 rolls. What that means is we cannot place a bet. In this situation, even when these numbers are repeating, we will not place a bet. Because, the book says that. But what if we disregard the rule and we place the bet? Remember, we are allowed to have 1 single winning bet per roll. Per shooter, I'm sorry, per shooter. So we already completed, but we have a situation when the numbers are repeating. So we'll be tempted to avoid all the rules and place the bet. And if I will avoid those rules, I will do this. I will pay $50 on the 5. I will place $50 on a 10 and $60 on the 6. Of course, we have to buy those. So we're gonna put $2 and we put buy. And I will probably not tempted to keep those bets for 1 or maybe 2 rolls maximum. Okay, so we break the rules. Okay, so but please don't do it. Don't break the rules, because you might be caught by a sink table and you're gonna lose your bets really quick. 10 shows up. Okay, that's great, because we have $50 on a 10 and we will make $100 here. I'm gonna get paid $100 here, and I'm gonna take my bets down. So $2 is already lost because it's the VIG, and I will take my bet down. The next question is, what we gonna do? We're gonna keep up for 1 more roll the bets or not? Well, that's a good question. But if we figure it out according with our goal, so we have $150. We are very close, to complete our goal. I might say, well, right now the money on the table, it's actually the casino money. So I will risk for 1 more roll, okay? But don't do that. I will do it because I have experience and I know when I should risk, but it's not recommended. But keep in your mind, you see, he was originally a red. So over here, so has been rolled once, so supposed to be 1 line, has been rolled twice, it'll be 2 lines. This is a very dangerous situation. Very, very dangerous situation. We have 10 with 2 lines. Remember, it's 80% chances to get the 7. So, I'm not playing to make money here, I'm playing to teach you. And to teach you to follow the rules. And this is a very important, decision. If we keep the bets up or not, when the 10 is a red number. Well, to be safe, I will take it down. But because, it's just a training session, I will say I will keep the bets on. And we'll see what's happened. And we're lucky, we get a 5. But please, don't break the rules. Our motto for this particular method is said, I'm always right occasionally wrong, but never in doubt. And I'm going to repeat this time every time when I'm closing a video, just to remind you, this is a very important. I'm always right, occasionally wrong, never in doubt. So don't put the method on the doubt. So now we just got, a 5. I'm going to write it down, a 5 here. And I'm going to amend the 10 as a red number. Well, if you look here, we have another situation. Let me finish paying me $70. Okay, $70, and I'm take this bet down, and the point is off. So, as long as the point is off, doesn't matter if my $60 bet will be there. What I'm trying to show you is not something wrong, but this is a rule, and I will apply it right now because might be a good bet. Look at here. Do you see any numbers it's missing in the last 24 rolls? Well, I will help you, and I will point at the 8. So the 8 has rolled 24, 26, 27 rolls before. So what that means, the 8 didn't show up. But typically 6 and 8, it's not considering a lost green number, because according with math, 6 and 8 should show up 5 times versus 7, which is showing 6 times, okay, in the 36 rolls. This might mean something, and when we have this situation on the come out roll, this is the way I will play. Also, keep in your mind, we have 6 4 times already. So this is close to be qualified a dominant green number. So that might be considering, also a good bet. 10 is definitely, a dominant number. So it's good to be included, in any bet. But this is how I'm gonna play. So come up roll are very dangerous because 7 can show up and our bets are exposed. We can lose. We can lose our bet, by one single roll. I will place 6 and 8 for $60, and I will hedge this bet for $30 on a hope 7. What that means is, if the 7 roll, I will make $150 and it will cover the bet because I'm going to lose 6 and 8. If I will hit the 6 or 8, I will make $70, extract $30, and I still make $40. Okay, so I'm gonna put the whole bet $30 here. We have this. Watch the table condition. Watch the bet. Watch the roll. 3, crap 3. Well, this is not quite good because we lost the $30 on the hope 7, and also might be a little bit bad situation because if we put another $30, if we hit with 6 and 8, um, we make just 10 bucks. But 10 bucks is 10 bucks, okay? So we want to make safe or we want to risk. And remember, anytime a crap number will show up, you have to call your bets off for one roll. So we have a situation here, you think, and you know, you gotta ask yourself, what will be the best choice here? Well, since you know we're still working with the casino money, I will not put any hope 7. I will ask for a roll, and 11, which is yo, shows up. This is the second crap number showing up on a come out roll. It's not going to affect our bets, but typically, you know, after 11 is a 75% chance to get a 7. But of course, you know, I'm going to break the rule to show you, and we'll see what's happened. And we get the 9. Okay, well, we didn't lose our bets, but we didn't make anything here. All right, let's mark the 9, and let's watch the situation here. So we got those bets, and 9 just show up as a point. Let's take a look. So 9 is a point. Now we go back and see where was the last 9 rolled. And he was 24 rolls away. 24 rolls away, it is considering a lost number. When a lost number is showing up, it's a very high chance to get a 7. And I will not recommend to have the bets working. You have to wait. You have to not make the bets. And I'm gonna put off for one roll. You have to do it because it's safe and secure, and it's a money saver. Okay, let's go ahead. I hit the and we got 4. Card 4. So we didn't get a 7, but the 4 shows up, and we applied the same rule as I mentioned before for heart. When a 4 or 10 is showing up after the point that's established, the recommend bet is, you know, to lay the point. The point is a returning lost number. Has tendency, you know, to follow by 7. I will probably, you know, follow the rule, and I'm gonna place that lay bet. I'm gonna take my bets down, and I'm gonna place a bet, $120 lay bet, because it's paid 2 to 3. You have to be very careful when you place that bet, you know, to make it easy for the dealer, you know, to pay you. And we're gonna hit. So 4 again. So nothing happened, but this is the second 4. And also 4 has show up, you know, like a 12, 23, 22 rolls. Could be also considering a lost number. But we'll see what's happened. We still got, you know, the lay bet on the 9. and we got yo. As I said before, when you see a crap number, you have to call your bets off. But in our situation, because we laid a bet, we have a lay bet. So if 7 will show up, that's good for us. Let's go ahead. 2, crap 2. Well, here's the deal. When you have this situation and 2 4s shows up and 2 craps number after, but 9 has not been hit, it's a good condition to move the bet from the point excuse me, to a different number, and those numbers qualified as 4 or 10. Since the 4 has rolled 2 times, and remember 10 is a green number, which I will not use it as a bet because it's very good condition to show up again. I will probably go with 4 because I think the 4 will not show up. And also we do have some marks here, according with our experience, is the 4 is preceded by it's followed by yo 11, it's a danger. But when it's followed by 2, it's not a danger. So what that means is very possible, the next roll to be a point number. So in this situation, I will wait for one more roll, and then I'm going to move my lay bet to a different number, and I will decide that later with you guys, okay? So another 4, which, you see, we put in doubt. Okay, 4 might show up, might not, but it's showing up. And this is the 3rd time, showing up, and it's a hard 4, okay? So we have to watch this situation, because right now you cannot move your bet from 9 to 4 or 10. Remember the rule, when 4 or 10 shows up, the point is totally different, you lay the point. But if the shooter is struggling, shooting 4 or 10 or craps number, you have to move your bet from the point to 4 or 10. So we have 3 4 in the last 6 rolls. So 4 might show up on the next roll. The chance is very high. Also, since we have 6 rolls after the point has been established, and this shooter, it's going, for yo 2, I might say, okay, I will keep the bet on the 9 for one more roll, because I don't think the 4 is going to show up. Okay, we break the rule again, and we'll see what's happened. And 9 is showing up. We lost $120, and we prove, the rule is good, never in doubt. Okay, so I'm gonna make 9. Now you understand why, when you apply the rule of 4 or 10, and the shooter didn't make the 7 and the follow rolls, but also roll 4 or 10 and craps, you have to move your bet to 4 or 10. And we put the doubt, after the 4 shows up 3 times and 2 craps, and we said, no, I don't think, the shooter is going to make his point, and I don't trust the 4 because he has already rolled 3 times. So I'm gonna keep, the lay bet on the 9. And we lost the bet. So do not put under the doubt the rule. So we lost $120. And the point, now it's come out roll. So again, we have the same situation as previous. 8 is not showing up. Now it's 12, 24, 36. It's completely lost. What that means is usual 8 and 6 is rolling 5 times in the 36 rolls. So didn't roll at all. We have the same situation when we need to place that bet on a come out roll. And this is what I'm doing. It's going to be different because 6 didn't show up, as I was expected when I was placed that come out roll. So I'm going to do $120 on a come out roll on the 8. And I'm going to place $30 as a hope 7. And we'll see what's happened. 5. So the new point is 5. Okay, we lost $30 hope bet. And the new point is 5. Okay. We have a very strange situation. Look to this. According with the method, we're not allowed to place any bet because the 7 has been rolled 12, 24 rolls, ago. This shooter, it's good, it's a hot shooter. And we have to go with the flow. 5 just show up, but the last 5, we have like a 10 rolls ago, and I'm not quite sure here what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna risk $120 on the 8 because it didn't show up for a very long time, or I'm gonna take the bet down and try to place with the green numbers, which is 4, 9 could be considering up, also. 5 is not qualified as a green number because, it's 2, 3, 4 times. Might become, if another 5 will roll. But I think the 8 right now is a very reliable bet. We have to break the rule because we lost our lay bet, so I will keep up that bet. And 8 hard shows up. You see, guys, if you look into the notes and you apply correct the method, you're not gonna get killed. As I said, you might break even, but you're not gonna get killed. So $120, we make $140. So we are back to the same amount we did, before we lost the lay bet. So we have $120 here, and almost recover, the hope 7. But still, we got some losses there. But those losses, they're not from our bankroll. Those are from the money we made from the casino. Okay? So now, let's count a little bit, the money we made. So this is 10. So this is 500, and we got 2, 4, 6, $175 here. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 50. So we are ahead with $175. Remember, we start with $600 bankroll. We're looking for 30%. So we are almost close to make our goal. But I will continue trying to recover this money because I believe, you know, should be mine. And let's go ahead. Now, the 8 shows up. It's a heart. It's a returning, and this is a very strong bet. It's not considering angle player because we didn't have a situation like this before to show you and explain to you with the angle player. But definitely, you know, the 8 is a strong bet. And I will place a bet for 8 for $60. Let's take a look one more time and see. What about the 5? What about the 9? What about the 4? So 4 is not qualified as a green bet. 5 also it is an option, you know, or it's a candidate for a green number. So we have 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 12, 24, 23, 22, 21. So typically, you know, 4 will become a green number if it's rolled 5 times and 24 rolls. So this is 12, 24. So we still got 2 more rolls to qualify the 5 as a as a green number. The other ones are not important. You know, 6 kind of, you know, disappear again. You know, we have 13 rolls with no 6. Remember, the probability to roll a 6 and 8 is 5 from 36. This is also something, you know, we have to watch and pay attention. And the rest, I don't see any other qualified bet. 10, it was a green number, but, you know, he can lose, you know, the qualification because he didn't roll into the 12 rolls. So now 10 is no longer a green number. Also pay attention here. So we have 8, but because we have more than 14 rolls, this shooter makes more than 14 rolls, all the red numbers are canceled. So this is another rule. So if the shooter makes 14 rolls with no 7, the 15 rolls, you have to cancel all the red numbers because they're not qualified as a red number any longer. So we have a place $60 on the 8. I might be tempted, you know, to put $50 on the 5. But also keep in your mind, this is a dangerous situation. So the last 7 was 24 rolls ago. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break the rule and place a bet or not. Okay, let's break the rule, okay? And I'm going to put $50 on the 5. I'm not supposed to do that. So please, guys, don't do it. Don't risk, you know, more than is necessary. And we have a 5. Okay. Well, I risked, you know, $50 to make 70 right now, which is great. I'm going to take this and trying to pay myself. Okay, I'm not going to lose this time. I'm going to go around. I'm going to leave this here. So we have 30, 45. So 50, and I'm going to take another 20. Okay, so $70. Okay, we make $70. Okay, so with this bet, I think we reach our goal. But We still got some time. I will probably not continue for a few more rolls. Maybe we can find something interesting to explain. So we make 225, 245. So definitely, you know, we made more than we expected. But, you know, let's go ahead and see what's happened here, because, you know, we have a very sharp shooter. He makes already 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and I forgot to put, you know, the 5 there. 4 points already. Oh, this could be BT or CK, right? You're familiar with BT or CK. You know, I'm sure you watch video. So you see, you know, we can win, you know, if BT or CK is playing on the same table with us. And we didn't roll anything, so we just, you know, go with his hand. But let's continue. So crop 3, nothing happened. Let's go ahead. 9. So the new point is 9. Okay? New point is 9. Okay. And let's write it down here. 9. Okay. 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 So let's take a look and see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely 5 is a green number. It's qualified as a green number. So now 9 is showing up, and he was rolled 3 times in the last 12. It's a candidate, okay? But remember, so this shooter, he was rolling with no 7, 24, 26, 27 rolls. If I will be at the table, I will not put any bet down. And this is the money saver, guys. Don't do it. You're gonna see around you, you know, people, oh, okay, let's go with the shooter. You know, this is a hot shooter. You know, they dropping the chips all over the table, but you're gonna stay and you're gonna watch. And at the end, you're gonna see some people, they will say, they get excited if they hit, you know, the number. But most of the players around the table, they're gonna lose now. Because 7 cannot be lost as, you know, as much. So we're not placing any bet, okay? We'll continue. 5. So this guy is really hot, man. You know, I think he's BT. And 8 again. Okay, let me write it down. So you will need to see this. 5 and 8. So you see, 5 is definitely 100% the green number. 9 is a candidate. 8 has been returned, we hit that, and now it's showing up again. But 6 has been rolled last time, you know, 12, 14, 16, 18 rolls. Again, 6 should show up or roll 5 times in 36 rolls. So it's not quite common situation. And 9 again. So this shooter, it's incredible. He makes so many points. Okay, before we roll, let's watch. 5, it's a green number. 8, it's showing up after so many rolls. It's a strong bet. 9, it's showing, you know, 3 times already, actually 4 times in the last 14 rolls. Also a strong bet. You'd be tempted, you know, to ignore all the red signals. So the red signal is this. According with the protocol, we have 1 or 2 7 in the last 12 rolls. No. So that means you cannot place a bet. Don't do it. Just watch. Step back and watch. Okay? Let's roll. 6. Can you point at 6? We make our money anyway. But if we see an opportunity, should be considered. Now, the 6, as I mentioned before, has been, the last time was rolled here, so 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rolls ago. So it's coming back. It's coming back. But definitely we have to watch the 7, because according with the method, 7 will come back with vengeance. So what that means is when he's going to start rolling, he's going to start rolling like crazy, to compensate, the rest of the rolls didn't show up. So 6 is the point. No bets. We're not going to place any bets right now. Even we are tempted, to place 5 and 9. And even 6 is a strong bet since it's returning after so many rolls. But I'm afraid. And 6 again. So another point made by this shooter. Incredible. Why I'm continue doing this is because I want to show you what's going to happen after the first 7 will show up. So 6. Eight, heart 8. Eight is a point. Okay. So what we see here, guys, okay? Remember, 7, 12, 24, almost 36, 35, 34. So last 7 we have 34 rolls ago. So the 8 has been rolls 2 times already. This is the 3rd time. 6 come back after 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rolls, and he repeating 1 time. So 5, it's still a green number because has rolled within 12 rolls on this line. So 12 rolls from here to here, it's not. So we'll continue having that 5 as a green number. So remember, guys, I will not place a bet. If I will ignore the signals, I will probably place a bet like this. A very small bet. I will place a 9 or 25. I will place a 5 or 25. I will place a 6 and 8. But one single roll. 8. So this shooter is really good. So the 8 goes away. I'm get paid $35. Okay, and I'm keep my bets up. And let's continue. 4, hard 4. The point, it's 4. Okay, let me write it down, because I would like to show you one roll before the 7 will show up for sure. Now the 4 has been rolled last time here, so we have 12, 14, 16, 17 times. So typically when the 4 is lost is 30 times. So it's not considering a red number. Okay, well, that's good. That means there is no indication the 7 will show up soon, anytime soon. But, you know, according with this is 12, 24, 36 roll with no 7. Can you believe that? Yeah, you can believe it. It's totally random. And, you know, I got the, you know, the bets on the table. Why not? Okay, so let's shoot. 3, crap 3. Okay. Now I'm really concerned, and I will call my bets off, and I'm gonna hit, and boom. This is what I was looking to show you when the rules are followed. Off before the, you know, the 3 was 4.3 and 7, and I put off. I can leave the bets on because, you know, I'm not playing with my money. It's just a training session, right? But I was looking to show you what that means, never in doubt. So this is the proof, guys, okay? This is the proof. We'll continue because, you know, we have a very nice, particularly situation when the 7 didn't roll for 36 rolls. 12, 24, 36 show up on 37 roll, and you need to see what's happened. So we have 7, let me write it down here. And of course, you know, 4 will be a red number because, you know, typically we're not taking the craps number in consideration. So that's why, you know, 4 will become a red number. And let's shoot. So we got 10. The point is 10. Okay? The method says when 10 is a point, wait for 1 roll, because it's very possible 7 will follow. If the crap number will be rolled, follow another roll. So until you get a point, and then you can consider, you know, making a bet if the table will qualify. So right now I'm still off, right? Okay, so let me put the, you know, the point here. Okay, and the rest roll. 8. So nothing happened, and 8 has been rolled. Let's take a look. 8 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 14, 15. It's not 16, it's 15. If the next roll will be 8, 8 will become a green number. 10 has been rolled last time here, okay? 12, 24, 26. It's not a red number. So we'll continue. 4, it's kind of disappearing. You know, 6 has been rolled. I do not have any indication because, you know, also 5 lost his condition of the green. So I don't see any bet here. I know you're gonna say, hey, you already make the money, you know, so why you spend the time on the table? The reason I'm still filming this because I would like to see where the table going. Remember, the 7 should show up pretty soon to compensate the 36 rolls. And this is my proof. This is my goal to prove you. Okay, let's roll. 8 again. So actually, let's count how many 8s we have. This is the first one. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, disregard this one. So we will start from here, right? No, from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 is a green number. Definitely it's a green number. So we can place a bet on the 8. With no string attached. I think it's a hot number, and we can do it. So I'm gonna take my bet and I'm gonna do like this. So $60 on the 8, right? And let's see what's happened. 8. Well, that's good, right? So we make some money here. So we have 60, we make $70.